Here's what nobody tells you about working with a marketing agency. Most marketing agencies, they're generalists. They'll work with anybody and everybody. I'm going to say something kind of harsh, but every contractor that I've talked to knows it's true. Your marketing agency has no idea what you actually do. How do I know this? Because I've seen behind the curtain. And I'm having conversations with these business owners each and every single day. And the reality behind what I'm actually hearing and what people are experiencing is that most of them just don't feel like whoever they're working with actually understands their industry or any specifics about it at all. I'm Alex Wells. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Imprint Digital in Loveland, Colorado, and I've been in the marketing industry for over 15 years. In this video, I'm gonna give you tips on how to actually audit your current marketing company. You hired an agency. They seem like good people. Maybe you've been working with them a while. Maybe they have a nice office. They seem very knowledgeable about all the things marketing. But every single time you talk to them about your actual business, your industry, and all the details behind it, they just don't seem to know what's going on. You ask them, hey, what's the average ticket for a furnace replacement in my area? And you get radio silence. They seem confused. They seem uncomfortable. Maybe they'll throw some numbers at you, just guessing, just hoping something sticks. They don't know, and honestly, they probably never will. Why is this? Well, they just came from a conversation with a med spa, a dentist, a pet groomer, and they're trying to analyze and understand all of these different industries at the same time. That can be really challenging. Everything that you do in marketing and business, you really have to understand the conversation you're about to have. You have to understand, who is this business owner? Where are they located? What industry are they in? At the end of the day, what you're experiencing is, to them, you're just another invoice. Here's what nobody tells you about working with a marketing agency. Most marketing agencies, they're generalists. They'll work with anybody and everybody. They're gonna use the same playbook. They're going to use the same strategy as they're using for the dentist, the pet groomer, and the med spa for, let's say, your HVAC industry, or roofing, whatever that might be. And so understanding that and not trying to do this like rinse and repeat templated model is going to provide a better opportunity for you, the business owner. On paper, it might look fine. Maybe the traffic is up, you're seeing impressions, you're getting some of these pretty reports that are showing you everything is going well. But your phone, it's not ringing. And they don't really have an answer as to why. When you call and ask them, what's going on? Why aren't we getting more booked calls? You get more of that confusion, the guessing game, the buzzwords. They're just trying to fill that uncomfortable understanding that you're having about what's going on with something just to keep you silent, keep you going, and keep you paying those invoices. The common answer to this is, we're building momentum. It takes time. And there is some truth to that. A strategy that goes on for an extended period of time is always going to get better if you're doing it well. But if you're not doing anything well, it's not gonna compound, you're not gonna see the progress, and you're not gonna see your calendar getting full. And that's really what you signed up for. One of my personal favorites is, we're focusing on brand awareness right now. Nobody trusts you, nobody knows who you are. And this does serve a purpose in the strategy. But when you first sign on and you're focused on trying to get that phone ringing, that can be a very challenging thing to hear. You need brand awareness in order to get those booked calls. And what you're really hearing is, we don't know. And that's not good, because what you want to do is you want to introduce something like brand awareness in the part of the strategy after you have confidence behind who you're working with. When you start to see money coming in the door, you start to see that QuickBooks number go up. That's important. You need that. You need that in order to reinvest, in order to facilitate something like brand awareness. And understanding that, asking those questions, and what we're gonna talk about today is gonna help you navigate through those waters. One big issue here is they don't take the time to truly understand your business. They don't have a process. They're not asking questions. They're just trying to get things going as quickly as possible. And really, there is so many different details about your business, you, your family, whatever could be going on, that's going to actually help them execute the strategy. What you really need is a strategy that turns those shoulder seasons busier, more predictable, more forecastable. Something that when those shoulder seasons come along, you're not sitting there just wondering if you're gonna be able to make payroll. And when the busy season comes around, it just gets that much busier. That's how growth happens. Every single year, you should see the shoulder seasons become busier and the busier seasons get even busier. If they're not, you're not growing. They might not even realize things like when somebody searches AC repair near me or emergency AC repair in July at 9 p.m., that's where the money's made, that could make or break the month. They don't understand that that's not somebody that's just browsing around. That's somebody that needs action. They need a solution for the problem quickly and efficiently. That's a buyer. That's a person that's hot in their house. They're sweating. They want to be able to go to sleep, and they have a credit card ready to go in order to buy that service from you. That's not something you can learn from a marketing textbook. That's not something you can learn from a script. That's something you learn from experiencing it each and every single day. Before I tell you what to do differently, I want to give you something that you can actually tangibly use today in order to actually audit the company that you're working with. Pull up your last marketing report. It doesn't matter if it's from an agency or maybe your buddy that you hired as a freelancer. Pull it up and ask 4 questions. First question, how many inbound calls did we receive last month? How many customers actually closed? Not impressions, not clicks. Phone calls from real people that have a problem that you have a solution to provide. 2, of those calls, how many actually turned into a customer? What did they buy? How much was the transaction worth? Because leads without sales are the most abused word in marketing. It's like taking vitamins to call yourself healthy. Now, you taking vitamins will help you be healthy, but if you're taking vitamins and going to McDonald's every day, you're not gonna see the results that you're looking for. It's only part of the equation. 3, what's the cost per booked job? Not cost per lead, the cost per booked job, because that's really what's gonna put money back in your pocket. You need to understand that. Ask them that question, and if they can't answer, that's gonna help you out. And 4, which specific keywords drove those calls? If your report can't answer these questions, then you don't have a real marketing report. You just have something dressed up to keep you distracted and happy for as long as possible. Now screenshot those 4 questions. Seriously, I'm asking you, go do your homework. Take this information, it's going to help you. Make sure you email it to your marketing company as quickly as possible, because you're gonna quickly understand whether you're working with a good marketing team or not. Here's the second thing you can do for yourself, and this one will save you thousands of dollars. Not all searches are created equal, and a lot of marketing companies are gonna do whatever they can to distract you from what's actually happening. There are 2 types of people that are searching for your services online, and most marketing companies are gonna spend all their time chasing the wrong one. Type 1, the researcher. This person's just browsing, they're doing research, they're trying to figure out, maybe I can fix this myself. They're spending a lot of time trying to see what options are out there, they're trying to read whatever they can, maybe they're looking up YouTube videos. These are not the type of people that you're wanting to target. Type 2, the buyer. This person just woke up in the morning, their house is scalding hot, and they're trying to get to work. They feel like they need a solution now, because the last thing they want to do is come home from work to a hot house. These people are searching things like AC repair, they're searching for things like AC repair near me, emergency AC repair. They're trying to find a solution quickly because they don't want to come home sweating bullets. In home services, buyer searches convert 3 to 10 times higher than people that are actually doing research. So here's your homework. Go home, go to your office, wherever you have access to your Google Search Console report. What I'm having you do here is audit your SEO. Look at what keywords you're ranking for and run it through this filter. Is this somebody that's searching for research purposes, or are they searching to get a solution to their problem quickly? This is gonna help you a ton, because I've mentioned this in previous videos, but a lot of the time it's very easy to try to rank for research type of search terms. But you want to rank for those competitive search terms. This is harder, but as a marketing agency, it's much easier to fill your cup with all the fluff, okay? You are in a position where you can actually show, hey, things are trending upward. But what you're trending upward for are the people that are doing the research instead of trying to buy. If the majority of your keyword list is informational, what you're doing is you're investing your budget into helping people understand what you do or how to do it themselves. That is not a good solution. You really need to make sure that you take the time to do this appropriately and understand why are you not focusing on the buyer search terms. The best agencies in this space, the ones that you should be working with, They understand all of this already. It's not gonna be a surprise. When you ask them these questions, they're gonna answer them very quickly and efficiently. They're ready for them. They're used to it. They're prepared for it. And they've already built the answers into their reporting. So you might not even have to ask these questions at all. You might be watching this video thinking to yourself, I am so glad that who I'm working with provides that information to me and I'm not in that position. And that's not a high bar at all. It's just the right one. There's no silver bullet. It's really all about investing in the right team, resources, expertise, knowledge, processes, in order to provide a good service. We're just working hard with good people that understand what they're doing. And that's actually gonna move the needle. And so I'm really just trying to equip you with the right tools to make sure that you have the right team. Our goal here is just to give you the knowledge that you need in order to make good decisions. And if any of this resonated for you, make sure you take the time to subscribe, hit the bell icon, follow us on social media, and if we can be of any help, give us a call anytime. It won't cost you a dime. We're happy to go over all of this. We're happy to do anything you might need in order to determine if you need a better solution. Thank you for watching.